Hello, everybody, and welcome to Stranger Wings. This is my first foray into kind of the pop culture side of things here on YouTube. I'm so excited because I love the show. I think the show is a little bit of an anomaly. I'm extremely excited to talk about it. As always, I brought some of my good friends here. I've got T-Money, Nerd Mafia, Charlie Thomas with me. We're going to be talking about this show, not only what we've seen in seasons 1 through 4, but some of the other fun stuff, some of the lore that goes along with the show, because there's some really interesting stuff. And I'm always I'm a bit of a horror for conspiracy theories. You know, it doesn't mean I spend my waking hours thinking about them every day, but kind of a horror for conspiracy theories. So let's get some tunes going. Everybody, how you feeling tonight?
Good.
Pretty good, man. I'm excited.
I'm feeling a little cheeky, man. I'm feeling cheeky. I'm not talking about Star Wars. I'm excited. This show is like, it was special for me because I feel like this show has been a little bit of an anomaly when it comes to television. And the reason I say that is because a lot of times what happens with TV shows is we get a first season, it's killer, everybody's pumped on it. We get a season 2, it starts to decline. 3, it really declines, and then it gets canceled. It followed that same formula for me. 1 was amazing, 2 kind of fell off, 3 was way too far off the bandwagon. 4 came back and just hammer-fisted the shit out of me. Like, I was like, whoa. Every problem I had with the show, they somehow seemed to fix in season 4. And I'm interested what you guys think. What do you guys think about the show so far?
I'm kind of with you. Like, I still enjoyed aspects of season 2 and 3, but I did kind of feel like, yeah, this is like getting a little bit like, different. But 4, like, by the end of it, it's like
they brought it back. I mean, like 3 just felt kind of like campy for me. I don't know.
Yeah,
it was a little.
And the Russians, like I felt the Russian storyline. I'm like, this kind of feels just out of nowhere,
Odd. It was a little out of place. And then somehow they took the Russian aspect of the storytelling and just landed it in 4. It was like, dude, this is scary. This is gnarly. Like, these people aren't fucking around. This is really bad. And I got to tell you, that was probably my favorite twist of the season, was when he got screwed over. When, what was his name? Vasily? Yuri. That's right. Yuri.
Peanut butter guy.
Yeah, Yuri freaking turned on him and screwed him over, man.
Yeah.
That was absolutely legendary. Yeah. Charlie, what about you, buddy?
Oh man, non-spoiler thing first, then going to spoilers, or spoiler like completely full head steam?
Non-spoiler first. I mean, I guess we just dropped a couple spoilers, but
no.
I've seen this by now.
I can do it. So, dude, man, when this was initially like announced and everything, oh god, 2015? Something like that on Netflix, and I was like, Stranger Things, read the synopsis for it. All right, because back then it came out in like October, and I'm all about some scary films and stuff like that. So I was like, okay, cool, I'll check this out and everything. Oh, it's a good. Wait, it takes place in what timeline? Oh my god, I'll get some my childhood references. Cool, man.
Happy Charlie.
And yeah, man. And so going through like that, season 1, man, had some onion ninjas hit me hard. The character Hopper, amazing, phenomenal actor.
Hopper's a fucking G.
That's my favorite characters. Loved the ending for season 1. Loved season 2 and some of the stuff that got revealed for that. 3, I liked it a lot. Rest in peace to the poor guy.
Of course you did, Charlie.
Of course,
Charlie
man.
loves everything, and we love him for it.
Dude, if I didn't like something, I would not watch it. But like the season 3, man, the poor guy, all he wanted was something from the carnival. I won't say that without spoiling anything. And the poor guy got gunned down. But I loved that, and man, season 4, man, because they were working on it before the craziness happened with the world, and then this came back and was just like, can they still do it? Oh my god, they can.
Yeah.
So
season
good.
4 just landed like a brick shit house, man. They did a really good job. We're gonna get into that. But Mafia, what about you, buddy?
Oh my gosh, so many lingering questions.
Yeah.
What's going on with Will Byers? He just keeps descending into obscurity.
Yeah.
Is Mike's mom ever gonna get laid? How did her dad land her?
My God, dude.
I can say some more, but I'm gonna enter.
He's like
spoilers
one of my
real quick.
favorites though. He's like that classic asshole dad that's just like, I fucking hate all of you. I hate all of you.
Was like that was dads in the 80s and 90s,
Yeah.
basically.
Yeah. He's got like the Red from that 70s show kind of vibe going on, you know.
I gotta say, when we got a look at her, like a good look at his mom in this season, though, I was just like, oh yeah, she still got it.
How did I know that's what you were going to bring to the table? We're all talking about how the storytelling and the character development. You're like, Mike's mom,
You
bro.
said don't go spoiler yet. That's all.
Let me tell you something about Mike's mom, though.
I don't know. You're kind of spoiling how good his mom is.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm
All right.
just giving
So,
people a reason to watch. All right.
yeah, fair
Yeah,
enough.
right.
Fair enough. Okay. I want to say what's up to the chat. Hello, everybody in the chat. Thank you so much for being here tonight. I know this isn't Star Wars content, so the fact that you guys are showing up and hanging out, I absolutely adore it. Thank you so much. Super chats on it.
X-Wing, look.
Get out of here.
Look.
All right. 2 Star Wars nerds for $9.99. I haven't seen Stranger Things, no Netflix, but happy belated birthday, brother. And this panel is awesome. My God. 2 Star Wars nerds, thank you so much. I don't know if that's one of you or both of you, but I really appreciate that. I appreciate that a lot. Thank you. I had kind of a weird birthday this year, so I appreciate you stopping by and saying that. And Matt Rissman for a whopping $49.99. Happy belated birthday, even if you scheduled this stream now. So if anybody hasn't seen him on the multiple social media platforms being pissed off at me because I put this stream up when he was at a freaking concert, he's not a happy baby right now. He's not a very happy baby. So I appreciate that.
Enjoying himself.
I know. Sorry. Thank you so much, Risman. I mean, you've been there since day one. You're a G. Thank you, man. Okay, so moving on. Let's talk about. Should we go into the lore first, or should we do season 4? I'm gonna leave it up to you guys. What do you think?
Hey, man, you're football.
Okay, let's do a little dive into the lore of Stranger Things. Now, this is something I didn't know about until very recently. So first off, this is something that's heavily inspired by Stephen King. That I did know. There are a lot of nods to Stephen King in this show. And you can tell it's a very Stephen King-esque story, right? There are a lot of things going into it that have to go on with kind of the innocence of childhood and how that can be manipulated. That's a really big part about the way that the Duffer Brothers are kind of writing the show. But in Montauk, New York, there's a place called Camp Hero that apparently this is based off of, right? Where there were experiments being done. I don't know about like to children or anything like that, but it was psychological warfare. Like the 1960s were absolutely insane. I know this is 80s, but 1960s were absolutely insane when it came to like science and what people were trying to do. You remember the Men Who Stare at Goats? That movie? That shit was going on all over the place. Like you wouldn't believe the kind of stuff that they were like, maybe if we put drugs in his left earlobe, he'll be able to levitate. You know, it was just it was there were no boundaries on it. And a lot of the stuff that happened, I think they really tried to sweep stuff under the rug and were for the most part extremely successful. But T Money, are you in on any of this stuff? Do you want to spill some beans on any of this?
Sorry, I'm trying to like buy tickets to something. Okay. I'm trying to see Giancarlo Esposito. Okay.
Well, you do
but
that.
anyways, let someone else do it real quick.
Right on.
Okay.
I got you, dude. Man, yeah, it's hella crazy because literally like echo what you just said, but just my God, yeah, like the of like, you know, what's going on, all that sort of stuff. And again, yes, the Stephen King-esque type vibes and stuff. And again, without going to spoilers, ironically enough, some awesome people from like those movies and stuff make cameos in certain, you know, episodes and stuff. Where you're like, is that? No. You're like, oh, yes, it is.
Okay, what cameos did I miss? Because I don't think
Really?
I'm in it deep enough to catch some of the cameos.
Season 4. I think it was episode 4. A certain guy that used to have knives for fingers, Freddy Krueger, Robert Englund, was in there.
He was?
And yeah, there was a couple other guys in there too. I think the dude who played Candyman was in there.
Oh, really? Dude, that
Yeah, I
movie
think-
effed me up as a kid.
Yeah, there were great cameos. And there was like at least one or two of them like each season peppered throughout there. You had to look really hard. They weren't like really long, but they were just like fast and everything. But anyways, back to my bad.
When was
Is,
Robert Englund in there though? I totally missed that.
He was when they were going to the cell and there was a blind guy there. That was him.
Okay.
And he was
He was when they were doing they were acting like they were college
yes.
kids. Yeah.
That was him.
Makes sense. Makes sense.
It was a good old Freddy Krueger.
the dude who survived Vecna.
Mhm.
Yeah, that was Freddy Krueger.
Wow.
That was
I
him.
was so
Robert
into the story, I didn't even like.
I know, and
Wow.
it doesn't even process.
It's crazy.
Which was kind of cool too. So there are so many different little nods, and there's small things that I think maybe you wouldn't. I mean, if you weren't paying attention, you wouldn't know. Like, I had to do a sit down for like the hour of Easter eggs that happened in Stranger Things season 4. I haven't even gone through like season 2 and season 3 and season 1, but a lot of it is the number like 27. 27 comes up a bunch. So like it comes back to the town every 27 years to kill the kids, right? And I wrote the dates down so I wouldn't forget. 1959 is the first time that Vecna kills in the house, right? Kills the family. 1986 is 27 years after. So that's the 27, just like Stephen King's It. And then beyond that, you remember the scene where he kills, I think his name was Paul, in the boat? He kills him right at 9:27, which I thought was cool. They just keep peppering in that 27 number, so that's like a nod to It. And then how much he's obsessed with spiders. It just reminds me of It when he turns into a spider in It 2, right? Like
Yes.
that spider form. And the original It as well.
Yeah, Tim Curry.
It's just little stuff like that. I just love those little nods, man. They're so
Yeah.
killer.
Damn.
Love it. Man.
X-Wing does other stuff besides Star Wars. Holy shit.
A lot, man. Man, there's so much I would love to do on this channel, but you know it's X-Wing, so we got to talk Star Wars. But so season 4, I guess from a start to a finish, I think what they did that was so successful, the branch from 3 to 4, what they did is they kind of humanized everybody again, right? In 3, my big problem with 3 was that like Elle could do anything and fix any problem at any time. No matter what, Elle could fix anything. That was the bottom line. And then now we get to 4 and she's lost her powers. She's just a person. But not only that, she's somebody who's not adjusted to a normal society, right? And so you see the wickedness of man interacting with this person who used to be a god, you know what I mean? And it's ugly. It's really ugly. Yeah, I mean, it brought me back. Anybody who's like a Star Wars nerd or anything like that on YouTube, doesn't matter how many followers they are, they probably got bullied when they were in high school. You know what I mean? And so to see that, man, it got me a little emotional when I was watching. I'm like, look, I wanted to go hit the blonde girl in the face. And then Elle just massacres her face with a skate. I was like,
yes.
I called her Barbie girl.
that was crazy.
Well, the cops are like,
deserve
you
it.
hit her? It's like, look at my shirt. Are you kidding me right now?
It's just like, literally covered in blood.
No, chocolate. It's covered in chocolate.
Yeah,
It's like, look what she did to me. Look what she did. You check the tape.
I laughed too hard. I turned my LEDs off. Sorry.
no worries. I got you.
Clap on, clap off. LEDs. Look at this guy.
Well,
It's hooked up to a Vader clap on, clap off. There's literally a little Vader plug on the wall, and then when you clap, it goes, "You underestimate the power of the dark side," and it turns on the lights. I know I'm extra sometimes with that stuff, but
That's amazing.
you're good. Hell yeah, man.
I haven't been paying attention to the chat. I apologize, people.
No.
Does she identify as just a person, or are you a superpowerist?
Wow.
I don't know.
Mhm.
I don't know what she identifies as, but I actually just saw an interview recently where she said she actually doesn't like Eggos.
That's fucking.
Really?
It was heartbreaking.
I don't think I like her. I don't think I like her anymore.
I was kind of imagining Millie Bobby Brown waking up every morning with a fucking Eggo. Like,
Literally.
she'd be sponsored wearing a t-shirt all day, every day. But anyway, so yeah, so really we get through the season, and I have kind of like this, I hate to bring it back to Star Wars, but I get this kind of like, this is an Empire Strikes Back vibe at this moment. Like,
Yeah.
the town's fucked up, Upside Down's coming through, all hope is lost, like, we're screwed. What are we gonna do?
Yeah, the Duffer Brothers like explicitly said that like this one was supposed to be The Empire Strikes Back. Which was...
They said that?
Yeah. I don't remember
Yeah,
what
nailed it then.
Ironic.
interview especially, but they were like, yeah, this is definitely Empire Strikes Back.
Now they really have my heart if they're
Yeah,
referencing that.
yeah.
That's
I mean,
perfect.
Yeah.
Max like almost lost her hand. It kind of, you know.
Yeah. I was actually kind
It's
of
not Luke,
surprised that they didn't just kill her.
I was
Yeah.
I was a bit too. Like,
She was, I think, the most insufferable character of the entire series in season 3.
Oh,
I hated
okay.
Max.
I was gonna say like this season. Damn. That's,
no,
No, season 3.
She was great in this season.
Yeah.
Season
Yeah.
3, she drove me nuts at every corner, any spot she could speak. She just pissed me off. I was like, can somebody get this fucking character out of here, please?
yeah,
And then
honestly, this season
Dude.
I was gonna say like everybody's talking about Millie Jo or Billy, whatever her name is.
Millie Bobby.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
Everybody's talking about her. I'm like, she's literally playing a character that like barely talks and just goes
Right.
like this most of the time. Like
Yeah.
Max is killing it right now as an actress. So
Yeah.
Yeah,
What a
I was
star.
really hoping end of season 3 she was gonna try to save her brother and just get like fuck. It's like,
Jesus.
I'm sorry. I just like I
said,
don't
fuck
have
them
patience
kids.
for I
What are the odds?
you would think I would feel like, you know, oh, my brother's a dick, that's why I'm a super jerk. Like, no,
He's
I
a
wasn't
Power
really feeling
Ranger.
it.
Calm down, all right?
I wasn't feeling it. Okay.
I was rooting
then,
for him the
uh,
whole time. Like,
And then you know, we make our way into this season, and it was like everything unfolded. I don't know if just because she's a little bit older, she's, you know, matured as an actress, and she can put a little bit more, I don't know, subtlety in her performance, or what the deal was. But I was sympathetic to Max. I was like, man, I hope she makes it.
so you're
I
saying
hope she
right
makes
now, not to get all Obi-Wan Kenobi on you, but you're saying Max's PTSD was more believable than Ewan McGregor's PTSD.
Yes,
It's true. It was, too.
there's a gnat in
I
here.
just ruined it. I'm gonna be gone now.
No, I just
Travis is
thought
getting
they
angry right now.
they just did such a good job with
Charlie's about to stay.
not only the character development for each character, but beyond that, I mean, you know, they were able to intertwine 3 different stories and keep all 3 stories interesting.
It was
You know what I mean?
4, wasn't it?
Yeah, technically 4 if you consider Stoner and what was his name? Agrabah?
No, Argyle.
Argyle. Agrabah. It was pretty close.
Yes.
Isn't Agrabah Ali from Aladdin? I'm not 100% sure.
Yeah,
But,
Agrabah,
Yes.
yeah.
Yes.
but they were, you know, they were smart about it, and they kept the stories interesting. You know, at no point was I like watching part of it and I'm like, man, we got to get back to the other part of the story. You know,
Yeah.
each aspect of the show was extremely interesting to me, and so it kept the pace good. It kept things moving, and dude, before you know it, Netflix is like, would you like to watch the next episode? I'm like, start it.
Yeah.
The trap. Yes.
Yeah.
How? Oh, my bad. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, I do feel like, especially this season, Mike and Will and his brother, they all kind of took a back seat, and you know, like I do feel like Mike and especially Will, like, were really focused on like season 1, season 2, and I'm sure they're gonna get more time to shine in season 5. But I did find that a little bit interesting, that like who got like kind of the most development, I guess. I felt like Max, Elle, of course, and Nancy too. Nancy got quite a bit of
I love Nancy. I love Nancy. I don't know why. I freaking love Nancy. There's nothing more attractive than an intelligent girl. You know what I mean?
It's true,
Yeah.
but she's got nothing on Mike's mom. So anyway,
Bruh.
Bring it back. Bringing it back.
Down boy. Down.
how worried were you guys about my boy Steve though? This whole time, like as soon as he started talking about having kids, I was like, oh no.
Yeah, no, and like when he first got attacked, like Wasn't sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he did make it.
Well, I thought that was kind of cool too. That they, the Upside Down has always been like a very much a group effort. Having them kind of split up and running off on their own quests and being super hopeless down there. That was kind of cool. That reminded me of season 1, and
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like they did the Upside Down better this time somehow. Can anyone why do I feel that way?
Can I?
Well,
Can
go ahead, brother. Go ahead.
Nah,
Yeah.
I was gonna say I got one nitpick though, but go ahead first.
Okay.
No, what I was going to say was, remember, halfway through this, they had to shut down production and everything like that. So they probably had like a lot of time to,
Really
power up and everything like that for the new technology while everybody waited for the continuation and stuff,
I
which
gotcha.
is crazy. Which is crazy to think about because those kid actors are getting older. And they
to
somehow pulled it off.
see them from season 1 to now is like
God,
It's like Harry Potter.
it is literally.
Yeah.
It's actually a really good parallel.
I think one thing is that sorry. What was I gonna say? I think one thing that this season definitely had an advantage of is with their villain, like it was someone that could actually speak. It wasn't just CGI monster.
Some unknown thing.
And like that kind of goes with the Upside Down as well. It's like now we're kind of getting at least a little bit more like I guess lore and background of like what is the Upside Down. I heard the Duffer Brothers say like we're only getting like a taste of it in season 4, but season 5 they're gonna like actually go in depth into like what is the Upside Down stuff. So,
and that's the interesting part. So like I took a page from Matt Rissman's book and was watching with the subtitles on, and every time one is doing his stuff, it says Eldritch Powers. And so I'm
D&D
like,
stuff.
No, so I looked up. It might be a D&D thing. I don't know.
I think
I've
it
never
is.
played. I want to play.
I've never
played.
That sounds like, yeah.
So it apparently means something ancient and horrible, is what Eldritch
Ominous
is, right? Yeah. So I was checking it out, and I'm like, what is this all about? And you remember when Dustin is like, the Upside Down has been, maybe it predates the dinosaurs, maybe it's been around forever. So I think they're hinting at some kind of like super gnarly ancient power. Right, something like crazy, incomprehensible, and all that stuff, and Vecna and all these other the Mind Flayer. They're literally just borrowing a little bit of what really is the Upside Down. You know what I mean? I think that's so cool.
Yeah, my God. Yeah, because oh God, and just real fast and everything like that. Again, 2 or 3. Seeing my boy built, Sam from Lord of the Rings in that, man. Like that was a crazy thing to see him in. And when he died, I think my heart broke just a little bit.
Yeah.
Oh man, I was because again I rewatched like a bunch of stuff to get refreshed for 4, and but pivoting off that to go to that, we've seen some pretty gnarly stuff in the Upside Down. Like hellscapes and stuff like that. Like, so is it implying X-Wing? I know you've watched it. I've watched it too. It's on Netflix. It's a low budget like horror film, but they accidentally end up in hell and everything. I can't remember the name.
You're talking about As Above, So Below.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah.
Yes.
Is it hell? Is it a part of like a Hellraiser type thing? I mean.
I was dumb enough to watch that movie, and then I went and walked through the Paris catacombs. I'm like, what the fuck am I doing? Why am I doing this? Like, this is a terrible idea. I'm looking at my fiance like, are we dead yet? It's a really bad idea. Anybody who hasn't watched it, I wouldn't consider that a low-budget horror film. I think As Above, So Below was a great film, and it had some good practical effects more than anything, but definitely recommend it. If you haven't seen it, As Above, So Below, go check that out. There are a bunch of guys who try to make like a ghost story. They sneak into the Paris catacombs. They accidentally crawl into hell. It's a really bad idea.
What could go wrong?
Yeah.
Seems legit.
There's literally a sign in Latin that says like "Abandon hope, all ye
Hope,
who
all
enter
ye
here." They're
who
like,
enter
"Let's take the camera."
Let's go.
Classic movie idiot. You know what I mean? What are you gonna do?
Sorry, man. Go ahead.
No, you're good. You're good. So my question would be, do you guys have any kind of fan theories as to what we're gonna see? Because now, I mean, is Vecna dead?
I got an Eddie theory.
Oh.
An Eddie theory.
It's not even mine. I stole that shit. But it's
Yeah.
mine
Okay.
now.
Wait. Hold on. Before you even do that, let's pay respect to the homie Eddie. Okay. Like that guy's a beast. It's gotta put him up. Put him up for Eddie right now. Like, dude goes out playing Metallica and killing hellbats with a garbage can and a shank spear.
Gladiator.
That man is a legend.
He was just fun as hell. all
Yeah.
around.
That's another great thing about this show is when people go out, one, they either do it in style, and also they really hit you with the feels like afterwards, like, you know, his speech of, you know, just, I finally didn't run
Barb?
away. And, yeah, well, yeah. But
Barb went out like a bitch.
What about Barb?
Justice for Barb.
hang on. I got you. Give it a minute. But yeah, like so many characters, like I said, you know, Sean Astin when he get there you go. Sean. When he went out, I'm like, no, that's Sam from Lord of the Rings. No, I can't watch this man die.
That was sad. He didn't deserve to die.
That one, 3, all he wanted was a corn dog and just to have the American experience. But no, he got killed by a Terminator type guy.
Yeah.
See, I'm so old, man, that like most people think of Sean Astin, they think of Lord of the Rings, and I think of Encino Man. Like,
Oh God.
like,
What was the other one? Ray? What was
Oh,
the
Rudy.
football?
Rudy.
Rudy. Yeah, I called him
That's
Ray.
Rudy,
probably-
man, yeah.
Rudy.
probably more iconic, but I think of
Yeah.
Encino Man instead.
Yeah.
I just think like Eddie had probably
Yeah,
one.
man.
You know what? So Eddie had like a gnarly death, right? So they built him up super gnarly, and I have to say the actor. I wish I could remember his name. I don't think I have a cast list open, but
He's like super British. Like,
he's
super-
mega British, which
Yeah.
is ridiculous.
Really?
The way he was able to pull off his accent and everything,
Yeah.
like he nailed it. And beyond that, he didn't
That's
know
a
how to
point.
play guitar,
Really?
and he learned that riff for the show.
That's
Holy
wild.
So when you're seeing him playing, there are a couple points I think in the solo they use a hand model for like the solo or something like that. But come on, dude, really? Like that's fucking awesome. So they
Yeah.
build him up all big, and then he has his moment, and he's like, dude, he goes out bad. He goes
Yeah.
out really bad,
Heartbreaking.
really, really bad. And then Dustin comes in. You have this mega emotional moment, right? And then after that, you have another emotional moment with Dustin and his dad. And you're like, he died a hero, man. I'm sitting there like,
No, yeah, that was.
fuck,
that
man.
was
Oh, so
Yeah.
that brings me right to my nitpick, right? It was his uncle too, I think, right?
It was his uncle. Yeah, I'm sorry, his uncle, not his
Alright.
dad.
So the span of this season was what? Maybe like 2-3 days, at least, maybe longer.
I don't know actually what the timeline was.
So from like the time that like the cheerleader dies in his
Mhm.
trailer ceiling, basically creates that
Yeah.
wormhole. Was Eddie's uncle just on a like crack bender for like that whole time? Just never went back to his trailer and noticed this whole thing up in the ceiling of his trailer?
No,
Like,
he
where
was
was
there,
this?
and then they kicked him out. Remember, the
Damn.
agent showed up, and they were like, "You need to leave," and they cordoned off the trailer.
There goes my whole nitpick. 'Cause I forgot.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, blew a
Big
fucking
fix.
hole right in the middle of that
They
thing.
fixed the show.
Yeah. No, the agent showed up and they were like, it was the agents that eventually went to the house and were trying to protect the kids, and then that insane weird gun battle that went on. But yeah, no, they kicked him out because they were taking readings, and it was another gate that was opening.
Well, that immediately makes it better for me. But here's my
Yeah.
Eddie theory.
Yeah. All right,
Which
let's do
I
it.
Inspired and completely plagiarized from a meme. Basically, I don't know Dungeons and Dragons, but what I do know is there is a character that's kind of like a sidekick to Vecna that is
Okay.
a vampire, and he was bitten like crazy by bats, and actually ends up turning on Vecna towards the end. of like whatever campaign, however the hell it works. And think about this.
Really?
Think about this too, right? When Eddie, this whole season could have just gone in one binge like they always do it, right? But they made us care about Eddie a whole lot more by putting that break in between. So like the legend of Eddie Munson could grow while waiting a month and a half for him to come back. So have we seen the last of Eddie? And this actor is like tremendous too.
Yeah, he's killer.
I think we're gonna see Eddie again.
So you think he's gonna become like an upside down guy? That's like Vecna's right hand man, and then the Eddie is gonna turn against Vecna to help them. But is Vecna's not really the big bad though, right? There's got to be something else.
Maybe.
I mean, going full spoiler now. Literally, like at the very ending, the entire town's literally looking like, what's that hole in the giant thing of the earth? Is that it? Is that hell? And then you see 11 and all them looking in the distance. You see some crazy stuff forming like clouds. So, yeah, there might be a bigger threat.
I mean, that is the upside down, but it existed before one got thrown into the upside down, right?
Yes.
There's got to be something.
I'm pretty sure he molded the upside down.
Right.
Yeah.
He also says like
that's
right before the end of the fight, he's like, "You already lost. Like it's over.
Yeah.
I did what I needed to do."
So was the upside down just existed in stasis for all this time, and the two were living in harmony, and then the second that we threw a human with a effed up head into it, it corrupted the upside down? Like,
yeah, I'm not sure because like when he got tossed in there, it looked totally different. It was like,
it was like yellow,
and
totally chill. I mean, maybe not totally chill, but
and even like the Demogorgons and stuff, like they seemed a bit more like docile, like they weren't like trying to eat people's faces off. So.
Yeah, it was like landing in like Jupiter or something. You're like, whoa, this is crazy.
I also think it's very
Not like hell.
that the upside down is pretty much frozen in 1983, right when Will Byers went there the first time.
Timestamps, yeah.
It's not like frozen from when one went there. It's frozen from when Will went there. And this dude's getting weirder and weirder every season. I don't care who gave you that haircut. You don't leave the house like that.
Was he odd as crap at the end of that season when they're like stirring the pots and stuff? I'm like, is he trying to tell us he's gay? Is he trying to tell us that something else is going on? Like, what is going on with him, dude? Because he's just weird.
As soon as he got back in Hawkins, though, he felt it. So I think he's definitely connected. And that's why, even though I think him and Mike didn't get much time for this season, I think they're going to be a big part of season 5. So,
yeah.
I hate to go Star Wars, dude, but I mean that's kind of what I'm thinking. I think instead of Star Wars, I would almost take this more to like a religious aspect, right? Heaven and hell instead of the light side and the dark. God's fallen angel, if you will. They send, Michael falls into the upside down and like all these different, he's Satan or, whatever the case may be. But it plays in my head. That plays.
I do have to say though, like when Elle and Vecna were fighting, I'm like, these are just two Force users. So,
dude, she was literally like Magneto level.
Yeah.
It was amazing, and I love the reveal of that too. Like, you kind of figured who the kid was, or at least maybe me. But like, I don't know, the way they were going off, and then that little twist and everything, and I love that little detail that him drawing, and you're like, why is he drawing a spire? Then the reveal of much later, like he created the Mind Flayer. Oh
yeah, that was a dope moment, dude. That was super cool.
And don't think that he's completely out of the picture yet with, the other ending and everything like that with, the other one being in like a, coma. I don't know, man. I don't think that's the last scene of that guy either.
I feel like I got to rewatch it all and just keep an eye on Will.
So good.
Yeah, he's sketchy, dude. I'm telling you. I think Will's sketchy.
That 1983 timestamp, like that means something.
Yeah, it does for sure.
Something.
Who wins?
What's 11's M count?
Yeah, what's your midi chlorian count? I feel like
Depending on which season.
we need the data.
We do.
Bro, all Elle needs is a freaking roller skate, and she wins that fight. What are you talking
All
about?
day. Yeah, for sure. For sure. That's easy.
Itching.
I think I think there's maybe something that we got to look at when it comes to Will. I mean, he's possessed by the mind flare. The dude clearly has the dark footprint on the brain.
Yeah,
Is he free, or is he still just a pawn?
I mean, season 2, he was like
Yeah.
the spy. So, I mean, he got released of it, but who knows now that Vecna has basically broken the bridge. So.
Yeah, it's open, dude, and that's why I think Vecna's not like dead. He's.
Oh yeah, like he's definitely coming back in some way, shape, or form. Like there's no body, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't know what that means.
There's got to be a body. He's not dead if there's not a body.
Yep.
Same
And
as Star Wars.
even at that, the body could be fake,
That's
like
it.
they did in season 1 for Will.
Well, we've said there's some, there's some Harry Potter references, man. You could totally have like a Horcrux type thing going on with Vecna.
Yeah.
I mean,
probably.
he's taking these people's minds and he's building it just totally like a frickin' like a Voldemort.
Actually, I remember them saying something like every time he takes like a life, he is basically like absorbing them, like absorbing their trauma and stuff.
Yeah,
so,
he's growing.
Yeah, it's something with that.
I think if I had like a hope for this when it all comes to the end of it, because I really hope they don't drag this on forever. As much as I would love to have Stranger Things forever, there has to be, and I think they've said this season coming is going to be the final season.
I'm pretty sure season 5 is going to
The
be
kids are getting turned like adults and stuff like that, and I guarantee they probably don't want to do this forever.
But I did hear that they are planning on doing a spin-off as well, but I have no idea what the spin-off would consist of.
I feel like, like the 80s, make something, have it be glorious, and then leave it alone.
Yeah.
And then 20 years from now, come back and destroy it. You know what I mean? Just leave it as it is. But I think my biggest thing that I really want from this is for this to wind up being a show that is very much focused on kind of like the whole moral of the story is the fears of humans, like the fears of losing friendship, all these things. Like, this is what this feeds off of. This is why the Upside Down exists. It preys on, it's very much a religious thing, I guess, but I don't want it to be like a hit you in the head with a Bible. I'm just saying, like, those, that theme and that story, the Upside Down preys on the weak. It preys on the weak, and it preys on fear. And if you stay strong and you stay together and you stay positive, you can beat it. That's like the overall theme. You know what I mean?
I felt like burning on my face for a second there. Happened. Jeez.
Can you imagine, like, he hits it and my mic stops working and the camera cuts out?
My God.
Sorry, people. Sorry.
Right,
yeah, I don't know. What about you? What do you think the overall theme is?
Man,
I feel like it's tough to nail down right now. What do you think?
Don't fuck with Conan.
Man,
the Red Ranger doesn't win in the end.
Yeah.
Mike's mom, it's got it going on. I don't know, man. Like,
I don't mean to hit you with like this large philosophical question on the end, but this is where I thrive. These are my favorite conversations.
I like it. Well, man. I mean, since what? Episode 1 pilot and everything, you didn't know what you're even getting into and stuff like that. From my boy Hopper being like at the time, this kind of whatever and everything like that, and finding this kid and everything, trying to raise and everything like that, whatever you can, and try and
spit it out, man.
Just Robert, look, damn you, I will do what I want. The point is, I'm trying to, is this, look, friends, family, hopefully some demonical crap does not get in your way, and even if it does get in your way, just punch it directly in the throat and just carry on, and don't let it breathe.
I like that. That's one thing I will say is like these kids are way too willing to just like jump into hell with a stick. They're like, well, somebody's got to do it. I'm like, maybe we should fucking think about this for a minute. Like, hold on. They go to the hardware store with like a closet pole and a fucking buck knife, and they're like, we can take hell on. We could probably do that. I'm like, man, I miss being that young.
I mean, and yet again, playing off of that again, like it's so cool going again. This timelines. Whenever you go to like, they mentioned the late 70s, they mentioned the 80s, and going, I guess it'll be 90s in the last one, but like just hearing stuff from music, hearing references from Star Wars, hearing references from E.T., stuff like movies like that, it's like, oh, that's cool.
Ghostbusters.
And whenever man, hell yeah. And whenever they fight stuff, you hear music in the background going, it's like, yes, kill them all.
I love 80s references in movies. I wish like every movie.
There's a lot, dude. There's a lot in this one. CS for $5. Pretty sure Hopper is gonna die by the end. It just makes sense at this point. Why do you hurt me?
Right.
Why do you hurt me?
I mean, it's just like we spent an entire season getting them back. You really think they're gonna kill them off after that? But
he had an epic gladiator battle with that damn thing from the upside down.
Dude,
and everything.
that
He
was
used a spear to
that
kill
was
the.
possibly like my favorite fight scene in modern pop culture was the Demogorgon fight at the prison. That was like, oh,
I love that character, man.
They did not shy away from the violence in
No.
season 4, bro. Like they were like, "You want it? You got it." I'm like,
the way that Vecna killed like everyone, like I literally I couldn't watch. Like that was too much for me. Like
actually, I have a stormtrooper, a vintage collection stormtrooper in that window that's kind of suspended, and his arms are all messed up, and his head's tilted back the way that Vecna would have taken him out. Dude, scary.
They literally turned into a pancake.
This season was definitely the freakiest of all of them. Just that I can't, those bones moving like that. Like I like skip through the football game when I see that shit.
It makes you crawl.
I'm going
like,
to get a beer.
Skin crawl. But good. Like that's what I'm saying is that this is something that's been missing so much from shows and stuff like that. It's taking the kind of uncomfortable route, right? This is probably not going to be accepted by people. And then people watch it and they're like, holy shit, that was so good. Like you have to be able to be okay to put people in a very uncomfortable place. You have to be able to make people feel a little panicked. You have to be able to make people feel a little scared, a little panicked, a little hopeless so that you can come back and make them feel good.
Yeah. And that's why, like, I think, like, Max especially, like, the fact that we saw what happened to those people, like, not only does she not want to die, like, that is a brutal death. Like, and she's, like, that young, like,
waiting on it.
That's like we're like, no, like do not let this happen. Like and like once she started rising and like I think it was episode 4, like we're all like, no, like we were freaking out.
It's unstoppable at that point. You're like, she's done, dude. And not only that, just before that, she tries to say her piece and say goodbye to the people that she loves, and Vecna robs her of that, which is makes it that much hopeless, you know.
You know, that was tough. Like her talking to her mother, and like then you realize that is not her
that's
mother.
Not your mama, boy.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm talking about. And it's so interesting. I didn't know, T-Money, that they did say this is kind of the Empire Strikes Back of this story, because they strip hope away from you through the entirety of the show. Like you don't have a lot of hope, but you're like, oh well, it's Stranger Things. They're going to come out on top. And you're like, oh, they did it. They stopped them. And then they're all together and everything is happy. And they turn around and it's like, nope. Bitch.
I love how they all bagged on Hopper's gut being gone, too. Like,
you're
a lot skinnier now, huh?
Yeah.
Right.
I wish I had that problem.
Prisoner of war, you. Look at you. Look at all skinny.
I got like major Call of Duty vibes just from that whole experience, man.
Yeah.
Old school Gulag vibes. It was great. I've enjoyed the heck out of it.
Hell
I'm honestly still kind of confused about the whole breaking ankles thing. to get out of the chains? Like how did
That was confusing for me.
Yeah, like
Because he only technically broke one of his ankles, but then he also slips the other shackle off his other foot.
and then he was like running and shit. Like I was
It's
like,
not gonna happen. Not gonna happen. Trust me,
I
I've
don't think
tried.
this is how it works, but Hopper's cool, so we'll roll with it. Like,
It's Hopper.
Yeah.
Fuck it.
That
It's
was
Hopper.
all I care about. Was that guy.
even when he went to pick up the Conan sword, at first I'm like, tell me they're not fucking doing this. I'm like, I don't care. It's cool.
Yeah, it's amazing.
God, I
when
love that moment.
When you write something well, when you really do write a story well, the amount of forgiveness that you have from people when it comes to stupid shit is like, there's a bucket of flowers. Like you have liberties to do stupid shit. If you write it well, you've got all the liberty in the world to do stupid shit here and there, and nobody's gonna ask questions.
Like
If
I
it's
saw him
poorly
go,
written, then you're like,
I saw him go to pick up that sword. I legit laughed out loud for like a second. And I'm like,
Harry Potter. Neville
Ah.
Longbottom picking up the sword, right,
Yep.
to take down. I mean, there are a lot of parallels here. But, I'm not going to make a video on it, but I'm just saying there's a lot of
Yeah.
parallels there.
Yeah,
But you can
definitely.
tell the Duffer Brothers. Whoops, sorry. Oh, I got major childhood vibes from it. What are you referencing?
Oh, check
Forgot.
check his next comment.
This one?
Yeah. That would be trippy as hell. I
Oh,
wish some
man.
show would have the balls.
I
to do
wouldn't want that. No,
Yeah.
I would
that-
be so
that's
fucking mad.
that's too much.
Yeah.
That's too much like a movie being like, "Oh, it was all a dream." I'm like, nah, don't do that to me.
That
Or-
is a real Ryan Johnson kind of move. That's what that is. That's a real round-headed soccer ball kind of
I don't
move.
Get
Or
that
only Will
reference, but
Byers
it makes
wakes
me
up
mad.
and then just proceeds to murder everybody in the room. You're like, oh shit, I knew it was him. mean,
I
what?
think they're smart enough. They've written this well enough that we're going to get something satisfying at the end. It's not going to be your standard conventional, everybody's happy and blah, blah, blah. And oh my
No.
God, we fixed the problem.
A lot of people
And
are going to die in the process.
And it's also not going to be, Will wakes up and murders everybody and it's dark and dead. Oh my God, horrible. Bleh. I think it's going to be somewhere in between. What I really hope they do is leave us something cerebral, right? So we can sit and we can do another one of these. We can do another Upside Down, maybe 2, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, 12 weeks after the show ends. We can sit here and we can talk and be like, this is what I think they meant when we ended this, or this is what I think, That's a good way to end a story, in my mind.
What do you think about just the format? Like, do you want them to keep doing long ass episodes, break it up, or do you want them to like?
I hope every episode of season 5 is like 3 hours long. I wanna be here as long as I can be here, and then when it ends, I want it to be done.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Duffers, move on, do something else amazing. Pick
Oh, they're
something
already
else.
getting contract. They got like a free pass to whatever the hell they want with Netflix basically.
Good, and I hope they do something awesome. Yeah, give me a '90s show. Come on, that was my childhood.
Ah,
See NSYNC on the. Nothing
No.
was cool about the.
please
90s.
God, no, not again.
There wasn't actually anything cool about the '90s.
It wasn't that bad.
Oh, they,
It wasn't that bad. There was some good stuff in the '90s.
yeah.
All right. Any
Sure.
parting words, ladies and gentlemen? We've been going for about an hour. I feel like I have had a shitload of fun.
Yeah, this
For-
was fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, for a first Stranger Things stream. I hope we get to do a couple more. Any parting thoughts? Anything you guys want to say?
They can kill
Running up
everybody,
that
but
hill.
not Mike's mom. So.
Oh my
Leave
god.
Don't
Mike's
kill
mom
Mike's
for
mom.
me. Yeah, just leave her for me.
Don't kill Mike's mom.
Kill Mike's dad. And leave Mike's
Actually,
mom single on the prowl. That's
He's
what I
gonna
want.
be the hero of the show. He's gonna take his big old Coke bottle glasses off and then just pull out a sword. He takes his button down off and he's just ripped as fuck and kills Vecna.
Let him do that after like a surprise divorce. Like, and just let her have a whole season. She's just running rampant across Hawkins. Like,
She divorces him. He goes on the classic, oh, my girlfriend broke up with me or my wife broke up with me, and just gets yoked in the gym. We just
I
get a
mean-
montage.
And meanwhile,
the
Mike's
time.
getting like straight A's the whole season. Because his mom.
Get the fuck out of here.
They teased the hell out of it, man. Like they almost gave it to us in the season before that. And then
That's fair.
my guy
That's
Billy,
fair.
he had one dream.
Oh my
Yeah.
god!
Oh,
I do
that's
remember.
right.
I remember that scene.
Oh, man.
Yeah, he was that close. That close.
he was.
Would have died an even bigger hero, you know?
Dang, dang pull guard. I forgot about that.
Yeah, I forgot about
Angus
that too.
Christmas.
These
You
are
guys
these are things I
problematic.
remember. I forgot everything else. All my
No,
theories
no, no.
made no fucking sense. But I
He-
remember
he-
that.
He just has a Mike Mom's cut of the entire series, like scene.
Probably.
compilation.
Yeah, release that on your channel. Oh,
Yeah.
Mike's mom cut.
Yeah.
No, I
Dude.
think this is another one of those IPs that I adore. Anybody who does any bit of good storytelling, I don't care what genre it's in. The only thing I can't do is anime, but everything else.
I'm with you.
This is something that I think deserves a little bit of love because it seems few and far between these days that we get stories written in modern media that are really worth putting any time and attention to, and this is one of them. So I'm willing to branch out, talk about this stuff. I love it. I enjoy it. I'm glad you guys too.
Dude, yeah.
I can't English tonight. It's
Dude,
Friday.
dude.
You know
What?
I've been drinking, man.
You too.
You know I've been drinking. All right. Everybody have a wonderful night. Be careful. Stay away from grandfather clocks, whatever
Yes.
you do.
Yeah.
And just
Do not go near the chimes.
Going
Yeah.
in.
if you guys want us to do another one of these, comment on the video, let us know that, hey, we like this shit. And we will absolutely do it again. Let us know.
Yeah.
Everybody have a good night. Stay safe. And what's a good Stranger Things sign off?
Oh, man. Damn you. Kick ass.
Bitchin'.
Bitchin'.
There
Bitchin'.
you go. That was better. Way better.
Have a good